Hey, so good morning. We've got a quick little project here that I figured I would video since I haven't been doing a very good job lately of recording some of these things. But basically what happened, I believe what happened, was water got inside of this breakaway battery backup system. And I think, we had such cold weather, I think it just got in there and expanded and just blew this thing apart. I probably could have tried to, patch it and glue it and whatever, but not worth it. This is too important to take a chance on it. Plus it would probably just freeze and do that again. If it leaked when it was new, it's going to leak again now. So what I did was I decided to go out and buy something a little bit better that was much more waterproof. This one even has a little solar panel on it to make sure it's kept max charge at all times, a little test button on it so you can see what's going on. So it'll be pretty quick, but we're just gonna basically pull this old one off, put the new one on. Welcome to TWC Projects. Let's get started. All right, so that turned out pretty well. Just had to drill a couple new holes and splice in the wiring and replace the trigger, the brake release here. So when this pulls out, it fires the, turns the brake on. And I don't think it doesn't indicate it here, but we're going to test it in a little bit with the tractor. We'll hook up to this and we'll start pulling the thing, and then we'll pull the brake and it should lock up the wheels. So we'll see. Hopefully I've got all the wiring right. I think I do. Just need to take the heat gun and heat shrink these so that water doesn't get down in there, seal it up a little bit better, and then zip tie these off so they're nice and clean. But the unit looks pretty nice. It's 12 volt, 5 amps, I think 2 amp hours. So I think it's a little bigger than what was on that. I'm not sure. It's at least the same size or bigger. And this is all made of all metal, and it's supposedly sealed really well. So it even has a little solar panel. I don't know how much light that's going to help bring, but it doesn't need much just to keep it off. And of course, they also charge when they're plugged in. It's charging the battery as well, so that it's ready, in an emergency when it goes off. All right, so I'm glad I tested the brakes because this side clearly worked great. Locked up and dragged the way they're supposed to. However, I even did it twice. These did not lock up. So I might have to get under here and figure out if there's a wiring thing. But I'm sure glad I checked it out because I had no idea all this time I've been using this thing. It was not fully operational, but that's the way it came. And the day I bought it, I remember testing the brakes in the parking lot, and there was an issue, and he rewired something, and then we got it working, and it seemed like it was working fine. But I don't know about this side because it's clearly not locking up at all. So let's dig into that. Also, I haven't done a video on this. Maybe I'll do a short on it. I don't know. But I bought this plate. It's certainly nothing new. A lot of people have these, and this will be on my Amazon site as soon as I get it uploaded up there. But I really like it. It's 3/8 inch steel. Supposedly has a 3,000 pound capacity at the end here. I think, I don't know, 3,000 pounds is what they said, which is the max lifting on the Bobcat, and this tractor is 2,000 pounds. And then I put this 4-way hitch on it from Tractor Supply. You gotta love that, for $39. All the sizes, they're all welded on there, so that works really well, and that allowed me to bring this up here no problem. So the main reason I chose this one above the others is because of this cutout here. Now I don't know, but it seemed to me, being able to see where the hitch is, if this, most of them go all the way across the top here. Now maybe that's stronger, I don't know. But I do know that I can never see the darn hitch, especially with the tractor, but even with the Bobcat, I bet it'll be hard to see where the hitch is lining up. But with this big opening here, you can see clearly right down to that thing. So that was kind of the reason, if your line of sight is back here, you can still see everything clearly. Whereas if the plate went all the way across, I'd have no idea where that hitch was lining up. I'd have to keep getting off the tractor or getting out to look and see where it hooks. So I think that's the selling point. Somebody, feel free to tell me in the comments if you think that's not that great because it probably does lose some of the strength that it would have going all the way across. But because of the fact that this isn't like big equipment, this is, you know, smaller stuff and only 3,000 pound max load on it anyway, I think it's going to be fine. Maybe if I were doing something bigger and I had a tractor that had, or some type of a loader that had a bigger lifting capacity, I'd try something different. But so I'll keep using that and let you know how it goes. I'll take that up to Bear Ridge because it's definitely super helpful for parking. This trailer's a monster, and the dump truck, you can't see anything anyway. You know, even with the cameras and everything, they help, but backing up something this long is just awkward. So it's 20 feet, well, 20 plus whatever these stick out. So almost 22 feet back here, plus whatever the tongue distance is on it, another, you know, 5 feet. So it's got a long way. You know, a little bit of maneuvering here turns it quickly. All right, we're all good now. At least this one's adjusted. I think they just needed to be pulled a little bit with the brakes on. So I backed up and went forward. I had to put the tractor in 4-wheel drive to get it to really push them, but I think when I did that, it adjusted that brake that just wasn't really fully adjusted. And of course, this side's still working good. It's grabbing tight and pulling. So we're gonna wrap it up there. Thank you so much for watching, coming along with me. This was supposed to be a quick project, took a little longer because during the testing of the brakes I discovered they weren't working quite the way I wanted to, but it wasn't anything really wrong, just some adjusting that needed to happen on the drums themselves. So the new system is in, and this one should not freeze up and blow apart. And also with the solar on it, hopefully, and the sun does hit here, well, although it won't be once I put the dump truck back here, but anyway, maybe that'll help, maybe it won't. So you got to see me install that. Also got a chance to look at this new tow hitch for the Bobcat style quick hitch on the front. But so it worked great, and hope you like that. Thanks as always for helping me create things, fix things, and enjoy God's amazing creation outside. I thank you also for subscribing, hitting the bell to get notified when new ones come out. Thumbs up if you like it. Share with a friend. And so until next time, have a fantastic week, and I'll see you on the next project.